Hey everybody, welcome back. We have a sweet offering here today from Hogue Knives. This one is the mini-rsk MK1-G2 Knifeworks exclusive orange mini Ritter. Hogue mini Ritter. So let's see what you get in the box. This is kind of cool here. They're kind of alluding to it a little bit when I was having some conversations at SHOT Show. You get your Hogue Knives sticker, which is pretty cool. You get some paperwork, and you get a little bit of poison for the trolls in there. And your paperwork is going to give you some general knife maintenance, customer satisfaction, and how to get a hold of Hogue Knives should you have any questions. Now let's put all this to the side. One of the coolest things that you get out of all these offerings is these nylon padded cases for your knife. Now, I know the thing is to carry your knife. I usually carry a couple knives on me in addition to having a few other knives that I'm carrying around. Saves me from having to carry a whole knife roll with me or a knife bag. So pretty cool stuff. Look at that beauty. Let's take a look at that in a second. All the padding stitched down in there. Just high quality stuff. You're getting that on all your Hogue knives. I think more knife makers should do that. Let's take a look at it. Now, that orange and black, I'm a fan of. You got a really nice stone-washed 20 CV blade, little Doug Ritter branding on there. It's one of those, like, it's right in the middle. It's not like too small you can't read it. It's not too big where you think it's billboarding. It's in a nice location right by the thumb stud. Now your other side of the knife, you have Hogue there and USA. Some really cool stuff. You got a little bit on the deep carry pocket clip. Doug Ritter and Hogue there as well. The G10 starburst pattern that they have that centers off the pivot goes through here. You got some really good, these lines through here are a little more smoother, the horizontal lines, and then you have some more textured ones right here where you really need it, where your fingers are gonna, meet up on both sides, and the inside of the palm right here. The only negative on that is the clip kind of meets up right where that rough texture is. So if you're super concerned, as you can see right there, if you're super concerned with your pants or shorts you're putting it in, then that'll be one thing that you'll just want to double check on. However, the 3-hole pattern, you can do right or left-handed tip-up carry on this one. Very, very cool that they offer that. And it's a, I don't want to say, what's the word for it? It's basically a standardized spacing. So you can use different companies' pocket clips on there. Maybe one that's a little more to your choice. I've also seen somebody else that flattened out this a little bit just because it fit them better. Now I have large glove-sized hands, and I can get all 4 of my fingers on there, no problem. Now you get some jimping right up here on top of the blade and in the liners and the scales. Very subtle, but just deep enough where it's going to grab some of that meat when it's on there and not let you slip off too bad at all. Now mine was super drop sheddy out of the box, so I don't know about you if you got one, but Knifeworks, Doug Ritter, and Hogue, they're putting out some good little combos, some exclusives. So really excited to see this one. I had to get the orange. I'm a fan of the orange and black. Now you can see they do have the actual Able lock here, which is the Access style lock here. Very, very cool. You got a couple stainless steel standoffs. You got some good stone washing to the blade. Just gonna, be a user for me. I've already been using it this last week, so wanted to show you guys totally what you get in the box. Let's go over some quick stats with it. Now, the MSRP is $204. Knifeworks has these on sale for $139.95. They sold out flash in a pan, so it was one of those that you can definitely now pre-order on their website, which I'll link down below. And I mean, for 20 CV G10, blown away. We'll compare this to the full size and a couple other knives that I think you'll be interested in here in just a minute. But definitely ask me any questions you have below, just so I can, hopefully give you the answer you're looking for. I know a couple people asked for some photos. I sent those to them just in comparison to really let them know, you know, if this was going to be worth their while to pick up and purchase. So I really, really like these. Almost more than the full size because you can carry this one a little bit more. So, yeah. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down there. I know some of you have picked them up. I also saw somebody dyed these red. Oof, it's going to be so tempting. But I may have to buy a second one just to dye them red. I don't know what you guys think. But anyways, you have a CPM 20 CV blade. The blade length itself is 2.9 inches, so you're going to be under that 3-inch for some of those areas that you need to do that. As you know, Doug Ritter is also with kniferights.org. I'll put a link to them down below as well. Please think about supporting them if you're a member of the knife community or interested in supporting those that are carrying knives and not being in trouble for it. So he has done some amazing work, and everyone on their team to really help out the community around the entire nation. So pretty cool. I supported again this year, and always great to have that going. Now, like I said, it is stone washed, so you get that really, really cool look. It's not going to scratch up on you when you're using it. Your handle material is a G10 we talked about. Your closed length overall closed is 4 inches, so that's pretty cool. Overall open length is 6.87. So a little bit longer, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now your weight with the clip, they were specific about that, 2.6 ounces. So let's double check that really quick. 2.6 ounces. Oh, there we go. A little more stable right here. 2.6 ounces. So a really good sized, good weighted pocket clip and knife together. Liners are stainless steel. It's on the phosphor bronze washers we talked about earlier. Dual thumb studs. Tip up, right-handed or left-handed carry. Now, one of the things I did want to talk about. We just need a little bit smaller deep pocket carry clip, because the full size has the same exact pocket clip on it, and it would just be a little bit nicer so you don't have to carry it so far down. And a couple people have said when they're holding it, it gets a little bit more in their way, kind of striking them right down through here, since it's a smaller knife when they're gripping up on it. But hasn't been too bad for me this week, but either way, that's one of the only things that I can say on this knife we need. And we're still waiting on our deep pocket for the Deca. So here's a comparison on the Hogue Deca. A pivot to pivot example. So you can see it's a little bit, the mini is going to be a little bit shorter in handle, a little bit tiny shorter in blade length. Pretty cool offering overall. Now, let's compare it to the full size so you can really get that example of what's your size difference. There's your size difference right there. Top to bottom, mini's in orange, the full size is in black. This is the M390 version. Same pattern. This one has a kind of a lightly stone-washed clip, pocket clip. I'm glad they went with the black on this one. Really matches the screws and hardware that they put on this one as an overall package. So pretty cool overall with that. Now, I have two more and then a final comparison to show you. This is going to be a little bit longer video, but I wanted to cover this. This is your Spyderco Para 3. So, you know, cutting edge, if you want to, you know, match up that, you're going to get a little more out of the mini Ritter, the mini Hogue Ritter. And you get a little bit longer handle length with your Para 3. But it also does come down a little bit more in the back here, so it's not as flat and wide open. So, one of the other ones that's been a famous compare with the Deca, and you know me as a Benchmade guy, we have a bug out here laying around. I wanted to compare that one with you. Show you're going to get a little tiny bit more blade out of the bug out and a little tiny bit more out of the handle. What do you guys think? Mini Ritter? Standard bug out? That's a hard question I'd have to answer. I don't know if I can answer that one right now. But the final comparison I wanted to show you guys, so it really kind of hits home, because some of you guys have held these or you have good access to them, is the mini Benchmade Griptilian. Now this is a good comparison, as I want to show you just a vertical pivot to pivot, what you get from your length. So you can see with the pivots lined up, you get a little bit more of that handle at the bottom, so you don't have as much that's rounded off. You get a little bit more grip area, just a tiny bit. I have large glove size hands. You can see all 4 of my fingers come together on there. With the mini Griptilian, I'm getting about 3.5, 3 3/4. You do get a little bit of that grip on here that they put also up above by the liners, which is smooth on the Hogue Mini Ritter. So just an overall good comparison as to what you're going to get between the two. And I really wanted to show that off because this is the comparison that a couple people have asked me for. Being a Benchmade guy, they said, hey, can you compare that to the mini Griptilian and just show me the difference on the two? You know what? No problem. So took a couple pictures, sent them their way. But, to me, what really held water was just looking at, the pivots lined up, what you get in length. Now, I do have to say, your lanyard holes are in the different spots, but lanyard fans, you can rejoice because they're there. So let me know what you think. If you're a mini Griptilian kind of fan, this one will also be in that same wheelhouse. And, you do get a G10 model on the mini Griptilians as well. And many choices, but you don't get the orange. So for me, the orange and black was the way to go. Let me know your thoughts down below. You guys do something kind for someone this week. I know we all definitely need that here this week. Just surprise someone. Just the joy they'll get from it will just make their day. So anyways, I've had some great surprises myself this last week. Shout out to you guys. I've messaged you guys, and I appreciate it. Definitely, if you like the videos, hit the subscribe and like button down below. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you're made aware of any live streams. Love to do some live streams and do some giveaways. And let me know if you have the full size or the mini Hogue Ritter, officially known as the mini-rsk MK1-G2. Exclusive at knifeworks.com. I'll put a link to the description down below for both of those. Also, if you want to check out these cool Hogue knives patches, I'll put a link to where you can pick those up on the Hogue website as well. Had to get a couple of those myself and order them. So obviously you've seen it on the patch wall. If not, you're missing out. But you guys have an awesome rest of your day and take care.